Hello, and welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I'm Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. You can find the Mocha Minutes Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, TuneIn, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Find us on any of those platforms or wherever else you catch your podcast. Also, still soliciting for ratings and reviews. If you would be so inclined, please leave us some 5 stars. Leave us some reviews. Would greatly appreciate it. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Mocha Minutes on all 3 of those platforms. If you want to shoot me an email, give me some feedback. Other than on those 3 places, you can email me at mochaminutes@gmail.com. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Lately, there seems to be some insecurities about the way I feel, where I want to be. Boy, you know it's with you. No one can do the things you do to me. Never to be mistaken, long as it's love we're making. There's gonna be some rain, gonna be some pain, but as long as I know, boy, time will show, our love will grow, and I know love will be right here. Hello, and welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. This is Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all, Mother's Day is past. I got to spend it with my mama. Side note, she is coming back. I just got to figure out when she's coming back. But what you just heard is me, because if y'all like me, y'all watched the Verzuz from this weekend, and it was the sisters with voices versus Xscape. And if you know the song that I sang, you know that I had to bring somebody through. It was supposed to be the group of us, but here's the thing about schedules, vaccinations, life in general. We had to split it, and it gave me a good idea. So this week I have my buddy Cook from HIGHly Inappropriate. She is Team SWV. And then next week, y'all will be hearing my Aries sister Taria. She is Team Xscape. But as you can see, y'all know I'm loving this because I'm a 80s girl. I'm an 80s baby, but I'm a 90s R&B lover. So y'all know I was in my bag on this shit. Cook, how are you? Welcome, Team SWV.
Hey, because in the 90s kind of world, I'm glad I got my girl. Hey, boo. Hey. How you doing, girl?
How you doing?
I was jamming on your intro. Where I wanna be, I know it's with you.
I'm sorry, and it's so funny. I didn't know this until years later. The SWV, the V, that is Pharrell, and I'm like, oh, that just fucked me up. Cause damn.
Remember,
like,
he was on Rump Shaker, so he's been here for a while.
I was like, damn, that's Pharrell.
SWV.
I cannot believe it. Child, I was just sitting here like, wow. And also that remix was done by Teddy Riley. So it's like, I mean, Teddy Riley walked so Pharrell could run. That's what it seems like. Because my God.
Wow.
Can't believe it. I was just sitting here like, what? Okay. Yo, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. Yeah, technology. Anywho, we are back to talk about the Verzuz, SWV versus Xscape. We have Cook representing Team SWV. SW to the V. I'm sorry, Pharrell. That just took me out. Pharrell. Anyway,
New Black.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being here, Cook. So
you're welcome. I love you. Of course I'm here. Like,
oh, I love you too. Okay, so I am somewhat neutral, but I'm very much team take your man versus team I'm gonna let my man do anything to me. I'm kidding. See, that's rude. See, that's so rude, but also fair. All right, so Team SWV. So when you heard about this Verzuz, and I didn't even realize it when they said the date is happening over Mother's Day. All in both groups, all the women are mothers. And I was like, yeah, that's right. They're all mothers.
Yeah, these are seasoned singles. Seasoned. They started in the 90s. And what I liked about and look at me still talk about Xscape, even though I'm Team Coko.
Right.
But what I did appreciate the opening when they sang the Clark Sisters Is My Living in Vain, because the very first time I ever saw Xscape was on Teen Summit back in the day.
Right. Oh my gosh.
The song they sang. That is the song they sang.
Tiny and them two pigtails. Lord have mercy.
And them big ass eyebrows.
Yes.
She was all eyebrows.
Yes. She had two-tone hair, y'all. Whoo, child. What a time curls, to be alive.
Party shirts, colored jeans.
Yes.
Get into all of that shit, y'all. And it was like, oh, they really like, bro, like, I've known these people for a long time. Like, right? And it's funny because I was like, wow, Team Summit. Like, that's what we used, like, back in the day. That's what broke down.
I tell everybody, Team Summit was like that thing of, I couldn't miss it.
We need to bring Team Summit back.
They
off the no bullshit.
I mean,
these kids honestly, need an outlet. They need an outlet.
Y'all need to learn something. Have some political discussions, something. Because I'm like, I don't know. Team Summit was that place. It was very well rounded. Even as but it was more like definitely leaning towards, yeah, this is our community. We should be very involved. So when I think about that, it's like when they always try to act like Black people don't care about politics, I'm like, are you?
That's a lie.
It's like, man, if you knew what BET used to look like, I mean, to a certain extent, they can get back to that, but that's going to take a uphill battle, and Lord have mercy. That means
somebody, white folk in the room.
And there's somebody with an ascot there, and so, well, there's...
Oh, Lord. Girl.
So...
Who called him a koala? One of them girls on Twitter called him a koala.
I am done. No, they didn't call that man a koala.
She dragged him, but it was, girl, I live.
I'm sorry.
It's a wasteland, but I love it.
It's like, this app is, one of these days, they're going to start charging us for this app. And I'm like, I'll be like, well, let me just pay my money because it's going to be worth it. But, oh gosh, I had expectations of, I don't know what's going to happen. I just want to make sure everybody was going to be there. Because, you know, after Keisha and Lord Jesus, after her getting either Ashanti getting the COVID, we had to delay it. I'm like, look, I just want it to happen. That's all. I'm like, just make it happen. Like, make sure nobody don't get the Rona and we don't have to postpone it. So I was like, oh, it was still happening. And I have a feeling it's because of who was in the room. It's the candy of it all.
Oh,
It's like Candy's like, look, y'all ain't gonna waste my time. Y'all ain't
Let
gonna
me
waste
tell
my
you
time.
Listen, I love Candy because Candy is like the dad from Everybody Hates Chris. And I'll never let it go how she did Todd with that prenuptial agreement.
Girl, come on. She's like, either sign it so we not getting married. He's like,
and let me tell and she put everything in. Like Todd's responsible for getting his own medicated 65.
Just like, wait
he
a
can't
minute.
be on her insurance. If he died, he got paid for his own funeral. I was like, yes, Candy, yes.
Girl, I was like, you better teach a class, and here it is. Cynthia bozo ass not listening. I'm sorry. I love cheekbones. Let me tell you, I love cheekbones. Cheekbones and body be giving me whole life. I love Cynthia. I really do.
Delete. I
was like, girl, what are we doing? But I love cheekbones. Cheekbones, she gives me everything I need. She always understands the assignment, except if it's like a dungeon party. She's like, nope, y'all ain't getting these cakes on display. Nope.
Child. And I heard it's cakeage back there.
So. Hey, girl, I don't know. I think it was maybe season 8 or 9. I don't know. And she was like walking one way in the bathing suit. I'm like, okay, cornbread, fat ass. Okay, just want to smack her ass. I'm like, but see, that's the thing. Mike Hill's like, I'm gonna enjoy all these back shots. She gonna get the back shots in every room on Lake Bailey. You know what? I respect your hustle, Mike. I really do. He's like, phew, you see what she got back there? Let me find out. See, this is not, I don't know how we turned it into let's lust after Cynthia Bailey, but she's so fine. So there's that. Before we get into the verses, I always like to give people their roses. And I will say this, I'm giving my roses to DJ Spinderella.
Amen.
I said, let me tell you something. And it's like, I'm a Salt and Pepper fan. I have always been a Salt and Pepper fan, baby, but I know the history. So imagine my surprise. Not only was she there, but she put them thigh meats out. I said, okay. And I want them boots. And her shirt was so cute.
I know. And y'all sit here acting like Spinderella is a rookie or some shit.
Child.
I refuse. And you know, for that,
Absolutely
I'm sorry. But after all these years, I did fall out with Salt and Pepper behind that.
I don't know.
Because I was like, that's not very hot, cool, and vicious to you. It's just not. It's not. I'm sorry. Spin deserves better.
I love Spinderella.
It just sounds like we're not trying to split the pot 3 ways. Tease to me. It don't sound like anything. Like it's nothing to just give her props and mention her.
It costs you nothing to say that she is that bitch.
Right. Like that's our DJ. Like we would like when you talk about Salt and Pepper, don't forget the Spinderella. I mean, it's not hard.
It's not that big of a deal. I'm like, she ain't taking your money. She just like put some respect on my name. That's it.
She wasn't taking nothing from y'all. They will always be Salt and Pepper. We're always there to see y'all. But you could give some props to your DJ. And after all the years of her being on stage and being your quote unquote backup, I mean, damn, a Tribe Called Quest did more for DJ Ali Shaheed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
come on.
I mean, they gave him his props or whatever.
I'm like, why y'all acting like
X was the DJ for Public Enemy, but they give him his props.
What's his name from? Wait a minute. What's his name from? Naughty by Nature.
G Money, whatever his name is. KG. That's it. KG.
I couldn't think of his name. I'm sorry. It's not that.
That's the reason why we have Janae. Give that man his props too.
I'm just saying, it's fine.
It's got a funky swang. So group thing.
I'm sorry. I hope they're having
sending my love. I don't know what they're doing. They have a bald head whole shit, a good scallywag time. I hope so.
Come on, bald head. Come on, scallywag.
Oh, bald head whole shit.
See, this happens when you love R&B music. You can be like, and you remember this? Because when they had at the beginning and they brought up June's Diary, I said, okay. People were like, so June's Diary was like, oh my God, I can't believe they mentioned us. I'm like, wait, what? They were like on cloud 9 for SWV to mention June's and Xscape to mention June's Diary. I said, go ahead, y'all better Give these girls their things. See, that's what I like about both of these groups. They like we wanted the pioneers, but we was just part of the team. It's a whole bunch of ladies out here that be doing the damn thing. It's like, because I think June's Diary still tours. Don't know how often, but I feel like they do. So there's
June's Diary was like 90 something.
I was like, when they said, I said June's Diary, I have not heard that group in a minute. I have not heard anybody.
Did Candy write for them?
I'm trying to think. She might have. Lord, it's like going down the credits for Candy Burris. Lord have mercy. It'd be like, dang.
Listen, and listen, I understand Candy. I get it. You gonna give me my props, and guess what? Just understand that when we start streaming, the most of these checks coming to me. That's all she's saying.
I'm just saying.
That's all she's saying.
That's all she's saying. She's like, just know,
giving you a taste.
I write and produce, bitch. So guess what? Like, I love her for that. I love the petty that's in Candy. I really do. So,
and I like the fact that Tiny knows she just has to take a step back because she listened to T.I. and put her career on the back burner.
Girl. Put herself on the back burner and might put her in the jailhouse. Allegedly.
Girl,
I just
we ain't gonna talk about this, but
yeah,
I still want. We're gonna talk about it eventually.
We are. I feel like we're gonna talk about the music today, and then in one of these days, in a not so distant future, we're gonna talk about everything, because she kind of like said, you know what, she don't love me. I'm like, see, this is why you don't be a dummy bitch behind somebody who would not stand up for you. And it's like, as much as I want to be like Portia kind of, I'm like, girl, I can't be Portia kind of too much. I get it, because it's like when you 10 toes down for somebody who's really like 3.5 for you.
So interestingly enough, I listened to the Funky Dineva commentary in regards to this, and I have to admit, she had a point. She was just like, she kind of benefited more from that relationship than Tiny did.
I mean,
Tiny could get her hair done anywhere in Atlanta, by anybody.
She's married to the mayor.
They got keys to the city, nigga. Ooh,
they're just like, she's not married to Keisha, but you let Clifford tell it. He the mayor. He not. But you let him tell it. He the mayor. He's like, I run this. No, you don't, sir. Get out of my face.
Keisha Lance Bottoms be calling T.I. and shit. Like, girl, Clifford, what do we do? How do we run the city? How do I fix this?
I was sitting here like, wait, I know y'all lying to me. There's no way the mayor of Atlanta is calling T.I. for advice when he can't talk. Like, he is literally that jail nigga from Color Purple. I'm sorry, Living Color. Who was putting big words and stuff. Let me pontificate this song. What the hell are you talking about?
Opalocally.
Right. It's like,
tend to think that, honey, let me tell you something. I really did you couldn't tell me shit about Clifford. I never in a million years would have thought that I would have been here with him. But
isn't that crazy?
In a million years, you could have knocked me over with a feather if you told me that Clifford would be on some bullshit and I'd have to act like I didn't know him.
Child, quiet as it's kept. That's how I used to feel about R. Kelly until I was like, till literally college. That was the moment I'm like, yeah, I'm off this nigga for real. It was that Ed Gordon interview where he literally kept asking him the same question 17 different ways, and he said, we all got a pass. And it was just like,
Let me tell you something. I gave up on R. Kelly when he was on Donnie Simpson with Aaliyah, and Donnie Simpson was questioning him about age. And they was trying to act like that shit was cute. And I was like, oh no, ma'am, something's wrong. Something's up with that shit.
I'm up with this. And the bad part about this, I had totally forgot that when Aaliyah and R. Kelly went to Soul Train Awards, she got booed. He didn't. And it was just like, wait, why are you booing her? And it was like, so when you tell people that, like, wait a minute, they what? And like, they did that behind R. Kelly.
Oh, and absolutely.
Like, you try to get him arrested. He is a grown man.
Hell, grown ass man.
He knows. See, y'all, see how we get here. But this is not about R. Kelly. This is about And so I have Team SWV here. So I guess that does cover the expectations because, quite frankly, we were like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a
Mm-hmm.
show. This is going to be nostalgia, even though Tamika is there.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
have to say, I was impressed that it wasn't all that late.
Oh,
I
listen,
thought I was going to get like, okay, so we can be sitting here listening. And I honestly, again, to the person who has gotten my roses, I could listen to her DJ for a long time. DJ A1, he was back there doing liturgical dances for some god awful reason. I'm like, he could stay home. But girl, did you see him? I was like, what is he doing?
that
Like, why?
damn.
I was like, why is he spinning around? Why is he doing interpretive dance? What the fuck is going on this stage? Who asked for this? Nobody asked for this. No,
I feel like he got into the Ciroc.
You think? Because I was like, man, who is not sponsoring this? Who is not?
Doritos, Ciroc.
I mean, I was like, we got a Dorito moment. We got a commercial break. I said, what the world? I'm like, this is what happened when we get sponsorships. I'm like, I'm all for it. I'm not telling y'all not to get no coins. I just thought it was hilarious.
I was highly entertained. Let me tell you.
Like, why are we getting a commercial about Doritos? What is going on today?
Like, they listen, everybody's gonna get their coin. And
every last person.
And it's like, I mean, I get it. With the sponsorship, they're getting the advertising. They're making the money back in advertising because when you do real high numbers. Honestly, I just want to be entertained. And that's what that's what
I got. It's like, I got it. I was entertained. I got all of my 90s music. And let me tell you, I am somewhat neutral between this because I love both. I mean, to a certain extent, like, y'all don't get this twisted. We like both groups, but
absolutely,
we like, this is Team SWV. I'm team
I got my reason.
I'm team Auntie because I feel like this was it wasn't a warm booby hug like Jill versus Erica, because that after it went off, my whole body was warm. I'm like, this is just
I ended up lighting my incense and just having a good old time with that one. I enjoyed the Erica Badu Jill Scott one. It was really good. This one was good too.
It was. And it was funny that they kept honking about the fact that they were so far away. And it's like, y'all, we still in a pandemic, but still.
I think they wanted to really get up and perform and like do the damn thing. Plus, I'm pretty sure for some of them, this was their first time getting out too, really. And just, the moment of it all, just, hanging out with your girls, doing what you love. And I get it. I get it. The energy was there. If it wasn't COVID, we would have probably got more of a performance.
Correct.
I feel like Xscape would have definitely bust out some moves, some steps. And
I mean, we did get a choreography moment, and I was screaming in my house, like, come on, choreography.
Listen, Tiny, I be forgetting. Tiny really do be dancing her little heart out.
I'm talking about SWV and their choreography moment. I was like,
when they came out with their listen. So
I was like, okay.
SWV they were really
not dancers.
They're not. They were
also to a certain extent, neither was Xscape. It's kind of like they don't have a lot of ballads, but it's like they don't have a lot of up tempo. I think that's
they do. I got love on my mind.
No, I mean, I'm saying they really are balladeers. It's like these are two groups that are full of singers.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gonna see them doing Destiny's Child. You ain't gonna see them doing what TLC did. It's like, when I got that choreography moment from SWV, I went, oh, I'm here for this. This is what I love.
Listen, what I like about SWV growing up, they used to give us the aesthetic with the hats and the camouflage, the oversized jerseys with the hats on back. It was an aesthetic. It was a look. It was so 90s. And SWV, honestly, I mean, even though when they, Coko was like, "Oh, we're gonna answer y'all since y'all did y'all gospel opening," and she did her song, and it was clearly her song. I don't care what's going on.
You so silly.
Just give me what I need, Coko. That's all. That's it, and that's what we expect. You girls, you do what you do in the background. Taj did. She was the baritone of the group, and gave you, a lot of those undernotes. Not quite sure what Lily did, but she was there.
She was there.
I don't care. She was there.
So
that's my boo.
Yeah. So okay. So did you hear about what happened? Because I thought it was weird the way Coco's energy was down, but that apparently right before she came to Verzuz, apparently she saw someone got killed in front of her hotel.
Oh my God.
I said, what? Because I was like, why does she seem so off?
That's what that was about. Okay. But what?
I was sitting here like, so I'm gonna tell y'all this. So I will read this article. It's from Revolt because I heard it and I said, what?
Wow. I'm okay. I'm all out the loop on this.
Right. I was like, huh? So this is from Revolt TV, y'all. Saturday evening was a night to remember for R&B fans as the legendary girl groups SWV and Xscape went head to head for a Mother's Day weekend Verzuz celebration. The virtual Jam Fest was filled with dancing, celebrity attendance, nostalgic hits, and more. However, one member of the dueling groups almost didn't make it to the festivities. On Sunday, May 9th, SWV's Coko revealed she tragically witnessed a woman being shot outside of her hotel just before the Verzuz battle. The traumatic incident sent her into a panic attack, but thankfully her son and team were able to calm her down. Last night, as I'm preparing for Verzuz, a lady was shot outside my hotel, she wrote in an Instagram post. To see and hear the 4 shots, seeing her laying on the ground and all the blood was unbelievable. Then, she added 4 N's, I get to the venue and had a really bad anxiety attack, literally crying and screaming. Yeah, y'all saw me looking uncomfortable and irritated during the first half, but if it wasn't for my son, Jay, Michael, and her team, I probably wouldn't have been out there at all. Thank you for calming me down and understanding my mental. Love y'all to the fullest. I always say most won't care to understand, but when you get those that do, cherish them. Coco's friends and loved ones offered her further support in the post comments. I was worried about you, and seeing something like that happen before a show would be jarring to anyone. Love you and so proud of how you pulled through, one person wrote. Sorry to hear that you witnessed such a tragic event. Sending positive vibrations your way, another added. The next Verzuz installment is a rematch scheduled for Memorial Day weekend, but the contestants have not been announced. See Coco's post on Instagram below. Yeah, so I had heard that and I was like, huh?
Who's gonna rematch?
Right, I'm like, rematch? I'm like, hold up.
As long as it ain't Teddy Riley.
Please, no, we're not doing that again.
As long as it ain't Teddy Riley.
But it's like the next one is Memorial Day, but they haven't said who it was. And I think that is true because it's kind of like they announced, let's see, we already had them. Isley Brothers versus the Mighty Elements. We had Redman versus Method Man, and I think Xscape versus SWV was the last one. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see who we're getting a rematch from. That's interesting. But yeah, so shout out to Coko, who literally pulled through. Like, yeah, because if y'all watch the Verzuz, it's kind of like you're like, why does she look like that? It's like she seems so down. And also, I need y'all to get the lighting director from Moonlight the next time y'all light these black women, because I was like, why she look ashy?
Oh no,
because the lighting was
sorry.
I said, sorry, y'all. I was like, Coko is beautiful, and so I'm like, all these women.
She did look tired, and I just kind of chalked it up to, she just,
because where everybody was like, well, I seem like she don't want to be here, but now it's like, okay, yeah.
Oh man!
So shout out to Coko, and shout out to whoever this person's family is, because that is just horrible. So love to them, because it's like I'm glad she didn't say the person's name, and I don't know if the person's like the victim's family has come out and said, yeah, that's my family member. I don't know, and I'm not going to go look for it. But yeah, love to that family, because they're mourning their person that the day before Mother's Day. So
let me tell you something that is very, very sad. I apologize if it sounds like I'm laughing awkwardly, or I'm not.
Yeah, because it's kind of like
sorry.
you're just like, what? Because that's what a lot of people were saying. They're like, why she look like she don't want to be here? And it feel like you saw more of Taj and Lily, especially talking. Because it was like I think they were trying to cover that up. But then after they came back from the intermission to change the clothes, it's like Coko got her second win. So it was kind of like, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, maybe it's because of feed her. That's first I thought, because like they changed their clothes. They took off the heels. They're like, we are not, look, we are auntie age. These flats are coming on. So I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you. So yeah, I was just like, ooh, but I absolutely positively just So we get, for everybody who doesn't know, the Verzuz is basically it's 20 rounds. So basically everybody who does the Verzuz, they have to have at least 10 songs or hits to include. I'm saying and or hits because what I've noticed, people be putting deep cuts on there. You're like, damn, I remember this song, but it's not a hit. It's not a single. So you're like, So I did a poll on my Twitter. I try to do the ones that I know I'm watching. I try to do polls. And I'm like, oh, let's see what we think. Let's see what we think. I always like to do it. I think it's always fun. They're like, who voted for this? And I also have Billboard. So apparently Billboard did their own scorecard.
Okay.
And they included so on my scorecard, SWV also won. And theirs did too, but they had a different score, which is fine. So let's go with the song. So the way mine started, I didn't include the gospel song because I was like, I don't know if this is starting. I don't know if this is the beginning. I'm like, we're not talking about the gospel song. We're gonna start there. I was like, I didn't include it. I didn't know if that was just the opening act. I wasn't sure, but they're saying the round one was the gospel song. So it's Xscape's version of the Clark Sisters, Is My Living in Vain versus Coco's.
Because then nobody know the Coko song. Because wasn't the one she did with Fantasia and Kiara?
So it's Faith, Fantasia, and Little Mo. But I only heard Coko. Okay. But it's like, I think this
that was that was from her gospel album. Yeah, I knew it was some people in there.
Because I think the people are saying I only heard. So this is the thing. These are both covers. So it's both of them covering a Clark Sister song. So Is My Living in Vain's Clark Sisters, Endow Me is also a Clark Sisters cover. So I was just like, see, that's thing digging in the crates. And their winner was Xscape for that. If I had to include it, it would be Xscape too. It's like, Is My Living in Vain is very see, that's the thing. When you are like a gospel fan, you love the Clark Sisters. So hearing a secular artist do it, you're like, yeah, okay, this is cute. I like it.
You know that gif where you see Coko walking Fantasia off the stage?
Yeah.
That's when they was doing that's when Coko was on her gospel.
Okay.
That's when Coko was on her gospel. Coko was a gospel artist for a while too.
She was. It's like after her solo album that did not do that well.
Sunshine was a bop. It definitely
is. Same. Because when they played, I was like, okay. I'm like, I love Sunshine. I love the video. I love her playing with her son. I always thought it was so cute. Y'all gonna be like, wait, what? I'm like, y'all, I remember the Sunshine video because on paper, Coko going solo just made total sense. It's going to make sense. But then you saw that people weren't necessarily behind it and she didn't get the traction. And then she started doing gospel. People were like, oh my God. I'm like, hey, y'all, Coko can sing.
But the thing about it was, I wonder how come she didn't get Diddy or somebody to work with when she went solo. It seems like...
You know,
because like she could have, she didn't at least get a Babyface song,
and she worked Babyface, Teddy Riley, Diddy,
she worked with
Pharrell. It's like I'm trying to think if SWV ever worked with Timbaland. I don't think.
No, they did. They worked with Missy.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that's right. They worked with Missy
soundtrack. Yeah. So Timbaland adjacent.
Right.
Or whatever.
So it's kind of like, these powerhouses, but I don't know. It's like, it just didn't work out. But it's like, you feel like the math on your paper added up, but then when you put it on the chalkboard, it's like, it didn't add up.
Because
and I like Coco's voice.
When they did Can We Get Freaky Tonight?
Yeah, that's right.
Got
that
so many
Missy,
things on my mind. Yeah, why didn't she get with Missy when she went solo?
Missy could have did her whole album, but what if Missy
could have infected it? Yeah, that would have been so good.
So next round, see, this is where I started mine from, was this round. So Xscape's Feel So Good versus SWV's Can We featuring Missy. Now, it's the Missy verse for me. It's Missy on the track. I love Feel So Good. I've always loved that song. Always. I would still give it to SWV. And so did Billboard. Okay. I love that I'm being reaffirmed in this. Like, that's right, Billboard. Y'all get it together. I'm glad we all on the same page. I'm glad we on the same page. I'm sorry, it's so funny. Round 3 is Xscape and Keith Sweat's Am I Dreaming versus SWV's All Night Long, and that's from the Wait and Exhale soundtrack. SWV won on principle.
SWV, yeah.
They won on principle because and I love the song.
That's the jam.
I love the song. And that also is a remake. So it's like, wait, it is a remake. Yeah, Am I Dreaming is a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's good. I'm like, I think it was cool, but here's the thing. It's old school featuring Xscape and Keith Sweat. Now you're going to see a lot of that coming out with Xscape, because they put a lot of the stuff they were featured on. I think SWV only did one. And the thing about it is, at the time, it's like, if you were a fan of hers, you knew it was her voice, but I don't think she was credited on the song. And now I'm talking about Men in Black. Because I'm trying to think, I'm like, I feel like she wasn't credited on the song, or at least saying Will Smith featuring Coko. I don't think that's what happened. It's like, but if you're a fan,
she did the hook.
Yes. So that's the thing. I'm like, I don't remember. But it's like, if you're a fan of SWV, you knew that was Coko. You knew her voice. I'm like, is that Coko? Okay. So yeah, round 3 went to SWV. Round 4, Xscape's What's Up versus SWV's When You Cry. So this was the one where I feel like this was definitely these were digging in the crates, because Xscape also tacked on Candy's first single solo, Don't Think I'm Not, which I personally love. It's still a bop to me. I love when Don't Think You're Not. Okay. All right. Oh my God, this one was driving me nuts. Okay. So, and then When You Cry, I'm like, I hadn't heard this song in a very long time, but they did it to pay homage to DMX and Andre Harrell. On that, they won. It was just like, yeah.
Andre Harrell, that I didn't forget, but I think he passed right before COVID, or like,
yeah.
So
last year? Was it? Yeah, it was last year. That's right. Because Babyface postponed the verses because Andre passed away. It was last year.
Yeah. And I remember someone did try to do it.
He was like, I'm not together. I can't do this tonight.
Like, there's no way.
He's like, I can't do it. And it was like,
and
so When You Cry, and it's like SWV. See, y'all know it's a running theme. Bloop. Round 5. So we have Xscape, The Arms of the One Who Loves You versus SWV's Downtown. Now, this is one of the ones where I was like,
that was a miss. That was a mismatch. However, Downtown, because bitch,
girl, Downtown's like, So I have to tell you, it's from 1992. I'm like, here go my ass. I was 11, bitch. I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? I'm like, y'all, I was 11.
1992. I was in high school.
So yeah,
I was a freshman in high school.
I was 11. So probably just get into middle school. You got it.
That was the thing.
90s R&B. It's like, it's hitting now, but my ass should not have been singing at like 10, 11 years old. Anyway, because we didn't know what downtown meant. I actually love The Arms of the One Who Loves You. I do love the song, but definitely it's SWV for this. I'm sorry, y'all. Him. Round 6, MC Light featuring Xscape versus for Keeping On. And then SWV's Someone with Papa Diddy Pop. A running theme for Xscape, they kept putting stuff that they were featured on as opposed to them being their song. Because honestly, when I think about Keep On Keeping On, I think about MC Light before I think about Xscape.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, it went to SWV just for that. I mean, I do.
But see, I think, yeah, but no, I think that's how wide their catalog is. They were featured on people's songs.
Correct.
And so was SWV. So I think it was equally yoked, if you will.
Yeah,
I get it, but they still had enough material where like they could have just did their album cuts.
Correct. So, Billboard gave it to Xscape, and my very small sample size gave it to SWV. But
Billboard is biased,
right? It's so funny because I'm like, most of the stuff they have, most of all the rounds, SWV has been like literally had a whole landslide except for the first one, the gospel round. So it's like, yeah, I can see why you gave it to. I mean, I'm sorry, Keep On Keeping On is really, it was from a soundtrack for everybody who doesn't know. Above the Rim.
Listen.
I'm sorry. Sunset Park. Okay.
Because I was about to say, baby, don't do that. Not to my soundtrack. So that's my greatest soundtrack of all time. No, wait.
So can I just say this was funny? I didn't even realize that they said they had this conversation. So apparently Taj said this. I didn't even realize we were all on that soundtrack after Xscape mentioned that the song came from the soundtrack to Above the Rim. But the song with MC Light was actually on Sunset Park soundtrack. So this is so fun. When your catalog is so long that you're like, girl, it's on that soundtrack. It actually was on that. For real?
But no, they were on the Above the Rim soundtrack, the Anything remix. Because they Yeah. So I see why they made that mistake.
Yeah, because it's like that's right. Yeah,
Sunset Park was
on Above the Rim. It wasn't. I barely remember that movie, but there were some cute.
Teen Tower was in Sunset Park.
Oh my God, for real.
You gotta go back and watch it.
Oh my God, no, I don't. I'm like,
Star.
Yes, him I knew.
Rhea Perlman, motherfucking Carla.
That's right. Wasn't she the coach?
Yes.
Okay.
Sunset Park, what time is it?
Y'all gonna enjoy. Girl, you are so silly. It's like this is like y'all gonna enjoy this auntie moment. That's right, girl. That's right. See this. See y'all heard that excitement in Cook. It's like we having an auntie moment. But yeah, I like the soundtrack more than I like the movie. But that's neither here nor there. Round 7. Oh my God. Again, they dug in the crates for this. Xscape's Work Me Slow versus SWV's Everything I Love. So
that was they dug deep for that one.
They dug deep.
You had to have the cassette tape
of Work Me Slow. Girl, that song. Ooh.
See, but I was surprised they didn't do when they did Downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised Xscape didn't do Softest Place on Earth.
Thank you.
Now
so I'm wondering if, because I think they just put up their songs. I don't think they knew what each other was going to do, but it's kind of like especially because Xscape would go first. I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, but Work Me Slow is the one that I picked for this one. Because I have heard that the later SWV albums are really good. I was not familiar with this song. It wasn't a bad song.
The later albums, I'm not as familiar with them as I am with the earlier materials.
Yeah.
But their later albums were good because
that's what I kept hearing.
Were produced by Missy. Correct. And by then I was really on Ghetto Dope. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, because apparently the Everything I Love is from 2012. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, I wasn't listening to that in 2012.
Right. I think it's the last 3 albums. Everybody's like, they're so good. I'm like, really? I'm like, but it's like
old, but for R&B people, Yeah. Like I'll go to SWV concert. I still go see them
Mm-hmm.
live. Like definitely.
I'm saying, okay. So they were saying 3 albums, but it's 2. I Missed Us was in 2012. This is where this was from. And then Still was in 2016. But I feel like there's another album out there. I thought they had one a little bit after 2016. Maybe they didn't. Okay, maybe I'm just making this up. But yeah, the last 2 albums, I heard they got good. It's R&B. If you're R&B head, you would love it. But yeah, Work Me Slow. I want to fuck somebody's son to that song. Okay, see, round 8. And this is when our little buddy Jermaine popped out. But Just Kicking It versus You're the One.
You're the one. When in need. Listen, is the
that's a song.
Like if you are like me, if you are an obnoxious singer, if you are obnoxious with it, like you really take it there when you sing and don't give a damn if you're on, because you can't listen. If you were born to sing with no vocal talent like me, that is a good listen. That's a good bop right there to just really let it all out. You know, that's hit it. You're the one for me. And then two, my favorite bands play that song. It's a whole ass bop. Cause you're the one.
Can I just tell you what's hilarious about You're the One? Because I definitely gave it to them and so did Billboard.
You're the one.
The part is what's my chance? I'm willing to do
anything to get in your pants.
Like, what the fuck is my fast ass doing? I'm not fast, but it's like it was funny. It's like, y'all, that was on New Beginnings. That was 1996. Again, I graduated high school in 1999. So
I graduated high school in 96. So that was when that was me in the club, girl.
Girl, wait a minute. Did y'all have the club beat where it's like that one part? What's my chance? Turn to a Baltimore club song. Dance to that all the damn time. I was like,
honey,
what's my chance?
I have a whole club. Yes, I got a whole club thing ready, locked and loaded, and I can't wait to do it.
Oh, that's
yes, honey. Oh, baby, girl. I can't wait.
See. Okay, so round 9. Destiny's Child, Bills versus SWV's Right Here. The Human Nature remix produced by Teddy Riley.
See, yes, of course. That's a classic.
It ain't even fair.
But why are they playing? I mean, go on, Candy. Look, Candy was here to get her coin. Like, you know.
Let me tell you something. That's why I'm gonna sitting here credit. Like
I'm gonna get my publishing. Tiny's getting her publishing. It was all about motherfucking publishing, bitch. That was really a low key fundraiser for Tiny's legal defense.
Girl, okay, all right. See, this is why. Notice you see the thing. It's like they're doing songs they were featured on. I mean, they're bops. Don't get me wrong, but it was like I feel like we're talking about our verses. It should be more of shit that you did. Anyway, we'll keep going. But yeah, wasn't even a contest. It's definitely right here.
Honestly, the reason why it's shade and so it stands out is because Candy and Tiny have those song credits. Latasha and Toya do not. So it's kind of like y'all.
I don't know if it's really, because I'm sitting there like, I get it, girl.
I mean, I ain't mad. I
just
put no money in my pocket.
It was like, Candy will not let you forget that the Writings on the Wall Destiny's Child album. Please look at the liner notes on that, y'all. Y'all will see Candy Burris.
She is all over that shit, and that is a diamond album. Know that. Remember, don't forget, Destiny's Child used to go diamond. Beyonce's Destiny's Child's catalog has outsold Jay-Z's entire catalog. That's her Destiny's Child catalog. Has sold more copies than his catalog. Just put that little nugget in your pocket.
Not put that little nugget, girl.
That's what. Listen, everybody. No, people really be wondering why Jay-Z married Beyonce and blah 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 blah. Bro, she was a bigger star than him, and she still is. Duh, he married up, and everybody's going to accept that at some point.
Yeah, I mean, let's be very honest. Hold on, wait. Now, Writings on the Wall. Oh my God.
We can talk about the Writings on the Wall if you want.
Oh,
we can talk about Candy.
Yeah, so yeah.
And
Girl.
Shakespeare and
You're
Tiny.
so stupid. And Shakespeare.
And Tiny. Tamika.
So child. Okay, so it so this sucks, but it actually is not diamond, it's 8 million. It should be diamond, but it's not.
It should be diamond shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, well, their first album or their third, one of their albums went diamond.
I'm trying to think of which one because it's like.
And you should have heard on the wall only sold 8. I could have sworn it was 9 something.
It might be up to 9 something at this point, but it's not diamond level, unfortunately.
No, they got a diamond album in there somewhere.
It's like
they do. Because I used to knock Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera out the box on TRL.
That's the thing.
But still, they still sold more albums than Jay-Z. I stand on that. That's a fact.
Yeah, child. So, yeah, we're going to talk. Yeah. So, yeah, put this noodle in your cap. We're going to talk about all the diamond albums because I have it listed. Okay. So,
awesome.
And albums. We're going to talk.
Diamonds are forever. I'll have my DJ put something together for us. They won't leave in the night or desert me.
You know who is diamond? TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool. Ooh!
Hey, they are. And that's why Pebbles robbed the fuck out of them bitches. Yep. They recouped and they were still broke. No.
Hey, right, exactly. So,
y'all spent on them bitches, y'all recouped, but y'all gave them pennies on the dollar for every unit. Even money. Toni Braxton got a raise for her albums, and it was like 35 cents a unit.
Imagine that.
She was selling like Toni Braxton was putting up Usher numbers.
Yep.
Toni Braxton was Usher. She was bigger than Usher for real. She put up her numbers were bigger than Usher. Usher was putting up 18, 20 million units and albums. So Toni Braxton was getting them numbers.
Yeah,
and only making like 35 cents
ideas for shows. It's like give them their flowers because we're gonna start giving people flowers.
Oh, honey, definitely.
Anyway, okay, so there we go. Round 10 Xscape's Tonight.
That's a classic.
Versus SWV's If Only You Knew.
Xscape, and I say that as a Coko stan, but it was like, nah, Tonight, that right there. Okay, so full disclosure. I am an Xscape fan. To me, SWV came first.
Yeah.
And Xscape was to me, SWV was more gritty, New York. They're from the Bronx. So their look, their style, like they were very, but they were smoothed out. They were definitely R&B.
Right. Yeah.
But Xscape was a lot more up to date to me as far as they had Jermaine Dupri. It was the Atlanta sound. They had a lot more upbeats. They were singers, but to me, my favorite Xscape songs were their upbeat songs. Like Love on My Mind. That's my favorite.
That's a low key.
I got love
it
on my mind. I still sing that song.
So
I'll do anything you want me to.
Everybody who wants to know why we're saying they came first,
my mind.
SWV's first album was 1992. Xscape's was 1993. So literally, they've been pretty intertwined. It's just Xscape has more.
But they were different. No, and I'm glad you mentioned that because they were so different back in the day. I didn't even compare them. I didn't even think about that was 93. Wow. I forget how I'm old. Like, wow. So that was only a year difference. You be sitting here
like, oh my God, I remember
only a year difference. No, I remember SWV was like middle school, like 92, 93. I started high school in 92. So I was probably in middle school going to high school. Then when Xscape came out, I was already in high school because 93, I was headed to 10th grade. Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I just remember though, Xscape. No, when you think about it, they were wearing the do-rag, baggy clothes, vests, everybody was doing that. Everybody was doing that. But they were just Xscape. Like you never compared them. You never compared in the
Yeah.
SWV. They
See,
were
that's
like,
the
and that
thing.
was the 90s. You could be doing it, but it was totally different.
Mm. So
You
can
could
I tell
be
you?
in the same genre
Okay.
and not be
So
the
can I
same.
go back a couple rounds? So
Mhm.
let's see. What round is this? Let's see. Okay. So round 8, it was Just Kicking It versus You're the One.
Right.
And Billboard gave it to SWV. Do you know it's a tie for mine? It was like
Well,
50-50. And I was like, I kind of would go with You're
just
the One.
kicking it was a bop that a lot of people liked. I didn't like it.
I like
I
it,
didn't like
but
it.
I also like You're the One. So I can see why You're
Mhm.
the One won
I
that round
prefer You're the
for
One.
Billboard. Yeah.
You're the One is because I did not. A lot of people like Just Kicking It. I sing the song. The remix was cool. Blah 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 blah. But I did not like that song. I like Love. I got love
That was
on
the
my
one. It's like
mind.
I
When they
really
came
did
out
like
with
that
that, that was
song.
when I was
I
like,
really did like
take
that
me
song.
away in ecstasy. I
Now
wanna
y'all
dance
see Team
with
SWV
you
is
to
rocking out to
be
Escape. That's how much we
loved.
love the music.
Yeah. Listen,
Okay, cool.
that was a bop. Stop. That's the one right there. They should do that in the mix. I'm sorry.
You
Because
fine.
that was
That's the one
I need to be
but that's the thing, because I
I
agree with
need to
you. Because I was like, I really like that song. When I think
I
about the
love
first
that
album, that's the
song.
one that I think of, besides, of course, the
I
Understand.
didn't
But it
like
was
Just
like,
Kick It. They played it
it's like,
out
it's
on
not
jukebox.
my, you ever just see how people like they go up for that song, and I'm just like, I mean, it's cute. That's all I'm
Take
thinking.
off your shoes and relax your
I'm
feet.
glad that someone
Party
is
on,
in,
like, you
I'm glad
know.
I feel seen, because I thought I was the only one who really loved I Got Love on My.
On my mind. That's my preferred song for
I really do
Xscape.
like it. So for round 10, Bill, of course, the folks on, so according to my poll, it went to Xscape. Billboard gave it to SWV. I would give it to Xscape too. However, there it's not by that big of a margin, because let me just tell you, Coko singing a Patti LaBelle song. Coko tore that song up.
She did.
She
And
tore
Patti
it up when she
LaBelle.
did it on the verses. I'm like, thank you for hitting these notes, because I'm like,
Yeah. Reminding
it's
everybody that
it's
she
like
was
Coko can
Coko.
fucking sing, and also this is you are singing a Patti LaBelle song.
And you better perform it.
You better
Because
do it.
that's what,
You
because
have to
Patti would
have
have
the
came out there.
pipes. I feel like she'd have come out and threw a pie in her face. Girl, get
First
the
of
fuck
all,
off this stage.
did you remember when they did that Patti LaBelle tribute at the BET Awards some time ago? And it was Faith, Gerald Levert, and India Ari doing the tribute. And India Ari came out first and did not hit them notes. And Patti was sitting in that audience looking at her like, girl, if you don't sing that,
Girl.
she was like looking at her just like Patti was giving her.
And I love India Ari. India Ari gets
was
me all
not
of
the
my
one.
feelings and makes me love my blackness, but I would
No.
not see her.
I'm not an India
Patti.
Ari fan. She did not represent. She did not sing the song. She knew she did not have the range, and she should have sat her ass down. But she complained about Alicia Keys. I was like, girl, if you don't stop. Now, Faith had to come out and sing the song.
See, that's
the way
the thing.
Patti wanted
Faith
to.
low key. I keep forgetting how well of a singer
Y'all
she is.
have
Low
to
key.
give Faith
got to give her flowers, because my
it
goodness.
to her. Give it to her. You can say what you want about Faith,
but
yeah, you also have to admit that you gotta let it be known. She can sing, and she sang that song.
Really sing.
She blew it down, and then Gerald Levert came out there, and not only did he sing a song, he rolled on the ground the way Patti LaBelle would have did.
R.I.P. to Gerald Levert, because man,
tell you something, that was
the
a
Velvet Teddy
Bear.
That was
all the
love
tribute
to Gerald Levert. So
tribute, darling, tribute.
So that's
the tributary.
You are such a mess. So that's 10 rounds. They had an intermission, which I'm like, when did we start doing intermissions? That's really weird. So then we came back. So for everybody who doesn't realize, for Verzuz, it's like one artist goes first, then another one. When they come back, the other artist that went second now goes first. So it's SWV is going before Xscape now. So round 11, SWV's I'm So Into You versus Xscape's My Little Secret.
Oh, and that's how we should keep it. So everyone is fine about you, and they know. I know.
Can I just tell you, this is
want to know.
So I have to say, I am not that big of a fan of this song.
Listen, this is for the hoes right here. Listen.
Let me tell you something. So the thing about it is, you a mess. So I'm So Into You was my pick, Billboard picks Xscape's My Little Secret. It's not a bad song. It's just I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. SWV is too much nostalgia. It's too much nostalgia for, and yeah, my poll did also pick SWV, but it's like
I too would have voted for SWV. I too, but
no,
I'm just here to say, I too, yes, no, it's so classic, classic. But it just when you mentioned it and it brought, I was like, yeah, I absolutely that was another good one.
Yeah. So then round 12, Ain't No Man versus Xscape's Softest Place on Earth. So Softest Place on Earth don't get a lot of play. I really like this song, but also again, SWV is digging in the crates of a song that a lot of people probably don't know.
Right.
So it's like that's the nostalgia of Softest Place on Earth. That is why I would have picked that. So we were all on one accord. Billboard and my poll all said Xscape. I would have said Xscape too, but it's the thing about this Ain't No Man is not a bad song. It's just I have no connection to it. That's it. It's like I'm like now I'm like I need to re-listen to this whole album because I'm like it's got good harmonies and these women can sing. So it's like I'm all there for that. So okay. Round 13, SWV's Use Your Heart and Not Your Mind.
Go ahead, sorry.
And then E40 featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl, You and That. And I'm sitting here like,
let me tell you something. Now, this is why I was mad. This is why I was mad right here. This is why I was mad. Because I was shaking and acting and dunking, turning into you and that monkey. Trying to get to you and then
when you think about this song, I do not think about Candy. I think about E40 and T-Pain. I don't think about Candy on this song.
Too Short. Don't forget to. I said,
and that's right. Too Short is on here.
Yes. Don't forget, because when E40 and Too Short battled, they hit the string, and let me tell you, I went ham because this was my bop right here, and I never forget. This was really when I was this before I had a baby, so I was in the club, I was wilding, getting put in a drunk tank, getting sent to Holden. I had to sober up before I could leave. Like it was a mess. It was a mess. Wonderful time. However, this song came on though. The dance floor, trying to get you, child. So
you are so silly.
I'm not going to get into the story, but this song is about. But why? This is another
song I don't associate it with Xscape. So it was like, yeah.
But this is the matchup. This is why I'm saying SWV and Xscape, like you said, they're only a year apart. But do you see how completely different they are, and how for every song has its time and its place, and also too they could have paired them better. Agreed. I mean, at this point, we're just here because these are bops and these are the jams. But I feel like these songs could be coordinated a little bit. But because it's there, but also too, the musicians just want to play their best songs. Like, oh, this was a great song. But I don't know. I want to be in the room. I just want to be in the room where it happens. That's what I'm telling you. Here's
round 14, and I feel a way about this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Round 14, Will Smith versus featuring Coko, Men in Black versus Mariah Carey featuring DeBrat, Xscape, Always Be My Baby, the Jermaine Dupri remix, and I think is this
Men in Black.
See, that's my pick. Billboard
because that Mariah Carey Always Be My Baby is the original for me.
It's original.
It's no matter what the original.
I don't hate the remix.
I love the Brat and Mariah. I love that whole era when she was with the Brat and
I have no idea.
So I love that whole era for Mariah and them.
So the thing about it is with this matchup, I think the reason I feel some sort of way is because we're looking at feature versus feature. And the fact that Coco's like ad libs on Men in Black just stands out so much. I'm like, one, Men in Black is a really good song. Period. On period. That's it.
But you really are there for the hook. You're not even really rapping with Will Smith.
I'm like, How did y'all pick Xscape, Billboard? What the fuck? Because I'm sorry, I'm always be my baby. The original, absolutely love it.
That's the one right there.
And that's the thing. When you think about remixes, like this is different than the right.
That wasn't equal.
This is not the same as the right here remix. It's like right here, the original version is fine. The remix is like, oh my God, this shit is cute, but mostly because of the human nature sample.
Right.
However, this like
they could have did the anything remix, anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have. They had a lot. That's the thing. SWV had comparable remixes to put up against that one, where it could have been.
No, this is Xscape's remix, not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. But that's what I'm saying. SWV has enough comparable remixes that could have went up against Xscape's and Mariah's and the Brat's song. That could have gave me I could have assessed it way better or gave it a fair assessment, because number one,
okay.
I don't hate the remix, excuse me. It's the original is the standard and it's preferred.
Yeah, but this is Xscape's remix. It's not SWV.
I know. I just feel like what I'm saying. I feel like the assessment that I'm giving them, I'm just going off of, you know what, this was just the better song, so nah. I'm not really giving it like the full breakdown as to like,
you talking about Men in Black?
No, I'm just talking about overall in general with the pairings, the way these songs are paired.
I'm only talking about one round. What are you talking about?
Never mind. Never mind. No. Because listen, they did they put up Men in Black. That number one was a sample, wasn't a remix, and it was a feature, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Always Be My Baby remix was Mariah's remix, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this round was feature versus feature.
They were featured on the remix, right? But okay, this is what I'm saying. Coko was featured on the song. Mm-hmm. This is a sample. It's not a remix. So why are they putting up the remix? Like, if they are like, Xscape could have put something better up against that.
No, and I agree. What I'm saying is this round is feature versus feature. What is the better feature? It's not Xscape. It's Coko.
I thought we've established that initially, because I was like, yeah, Men in Black, like, girl.
Yeah, but but what I'm saying is Billboard gave it to Xscape.
Oh,
that's what I was saying.
And this is what I'm arguing with. I'm arguing with Billboard.
Okay. I thought you argued with me. I was like, wait, what? I was like, but I'm with you. Okay.
We agree.
I'm trying to. So, can I give you the explanation that they're saying?
Yes.
The 1997 film Men in Black was an instant blockbuster, but the sci-fi comedy was also a standout moment for Coko as a vocalist on the soundtrack's title song with Fresh Prince Will Smith. In her 2020 autobiography, Mariah Carey recollected her classic collaboration with Xscape. Her classic collaboration with Xscape, Jermaine Dupri, and the Bat, as the latter surprised viewers by taking to the Verzuz stage to perform her scorching guest verse. Yeah. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense why you gave it to Xscape. It's because of the Brat. Is it because of the Brat came up? It's like, the thing about it is, if I'm looking, when you come to remixes, like, why would you do that? But if I'm going feature versus feature, it's Men in Black. It's like, I don't see how it's Xscape. I don't understand that.
And see, that would have been the good time for Candy to maybe do, like, I got this round, y'all, and drop You and That Monkey, because that was Men in Black. Now that would have locked me up. That would have locked me the fuck up.
If you would have did Men in Black versus You and That would have been a little bit more even. It doesn't make any sense.
See what I'm saying? But are you see what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you're so stupid. Like, you see what I mean, man?
No, like, I'm that mean. Like, look, I'm drawing the lines. It's a conspiracy. Like, you see it. No, because I was like, I know I'm smoking, but I was like, I just felt like
this doesn't seem, because that's the thing. If we did Coko, Men in Black versus You and That, it would be a different discussion. Because Quiet as Kept, I feel like SWV would still win that round, but that's neither.
They would have, but it would have been very tight, and I would have been able to list my reasons why.
Right. Because I think that's why when I look at this round, you got the deep in the crate round. For me, I'm like, I looked at this like feature versus feature, but it's like it didn't make sense to me. It's like this.
It
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because Always Be My Baby is like you never. I'm sorry, I don't really think about the Jermaine Dupri remix. I always think of the original.
Only the original.
See, I also feel this way about Janet Jackson's I Get So Lonely. I don't think about Blackstreet. I'm like, I only think about the original.
Pause. You don't think about the Blackstreet version of I Get Lonely?
When I think, like, initially, I don't. I like it, but it's like the thing about when you think, hear me out. So when you think about Always Be My Baby, the remix sounds different with Mr. Dupri. I Get So Lonely, it sounds like the same song. It's like, it's not. I'm sorry.
It's Chauncey and Dave Hollister.
I love it. Wait, Dave Hollister is in it?
Dave Hall he left Blackstreet.
He already left by then. It was the other dude. But Chauncey was still there.
Yes.
I forgot which member of 702 is his baby daddy. I can't remember which one it is.
Oh.
You remember?
The light-skinned girl. Mm-hmm. You know what? See, fun story, sidebar. Mm-hmm. So back in the day, 702, they were huge with Stilo and their Missy songs, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they came back out. They were blowing up because this was right in off the 1 in a Million success. So they were right there like with Aaliyah. And so because back in the day, it was 702 and Subway. Mm-hmm. And it was Aaliyah like around the same time, like all these little fast little kids running around. It was all fast little kids in the 90s. So the light-skinned one, she got pregnant and they replaced her on the tour with her sister, her sister's twin. Mm-hmm. And the sister's twin wasn't as rehearsed and polished as the sister. So the quality of their performance wasn't the same. And a lot of people were upset. Guess who replaced 702 on that tour?
Who?
Guess.
Was it Destiny's Child?
Yes. And the rest is history.
That is fucking up, girl. Look at that. Dig in the crates. Where is Brandon?
And the rest is history.
Brandon is going to be screaming in a minute. He'd be like, Brandon is
but listen, that's how, listen. And it really is, because that was a major tour right there. 702 was huge.
They were.
Destiny's Child took it, and next thing you know.
And the rest is history. See, when I say I know a whole bunch of niggas named Brandon who podcast. So y'all, I'm talking about Brandon from Say Something Nice. I can't wait for his new podcast to come out because he is definitely he is a encyclopedia. He gonna be screaming like because man, I love when Brandon be like, well, yeah, okay. So next round, SWV's You're Always on My Mind versus Trick Daddy featuring Latasha's Thug Holiday. Why did you even show up? I'm sorry. It's SWV. Like, I'm not even going to discuss this with y'all. I'm not going to do it.
I like Trick Daddy.
I do.
I like classic Trick Daddy.
However, comma.
AK-47.
However,
Chapter, you know, that.
However, comma.
The music. The artist.
However, comma. You're Always on My Mind is a bop. Don't even.
And this is what I'm saying. Out of all the songs and ballads in Xscape's catalog, you come up with
Thug Holiday. It's just like
Thug Holiday.
Thug Holiday.
What versus?
So let me say this, and I'm saying this to be not, and I really, really love them. However, when it comes to the features of solo artists in Xscape, they are subpar to one song by Coko. Men in Black. It's like, yeah. So nope, go better. And Tasha can sing her fucking ass off. It's like these are not.
That's the point.
Sing, but it's like, girl.
But see, that's the thing. You would think everybody in Xscape can sing.
They do. Yep.
Everyone in Xscape can sing. They all have their range, and they all can sing. SWV is really Coko and her backup dance. Coko is the S and the WV is them.
But I will say this. When it comes to SWV, one of my favorite SWV songs is actually, it has Taj singing lead. It's called All About You. That's one of my favorite SWV songs, and Taj sang lead.
Deep cut.
It's definitely a deep cut. People are like, what? I'm like, y'all don't know. That was my shit.
Her voice is deep.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, in my mind. Okay, let me get out of here. Okay, so yeah, but I don't even know why I show up, girl. It's gonna be always round 16.
I don't know.
I'm not familiar with this song. Coco's Sunshine versus Xscape's Can't Hang.
Sunshine.
Hello. I'm saying it, but Billboard gave it to Xscape, and I'm not sure why, but we're gonna just stop with that. I'm not doing this.
First of all, this is what I'm talking about. Billboard does not know what they're talking about.
It was like, how? I'm sitting here like,
Billboard is confusing.
It's just like, I guess. Okay.
Billboard is confusing.
And then her baby was there, and I was like, he is so big. I was like, oh my God, he's like, a man. I'm like,
20 something,
like a little teeny thing, and then here you are. Oh my God,
that boy so is probably almost 30 by now.
Isn't that crazy? Because he was like 2 or 3. Like so her solo album was 99. So he was like 3 or 4, something like that. So yeah, y'all do the math. God damn it. Okay.
Oh wait, no. If it was 99, then he's like 23. 22, 23.
Well, I just had did I have my 20-year reunion? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Had to do the math. Y'all, we old. Round 17, SWV's Man Crush Every Day versus Xscape's Do You Want To? Now, hands down, Xscape won this round, and it was literally because 1, I love this song, and 2, this live performance, I was like, yeah, this is when Tiny in her bag, and I'm like, that bitch really can sing. I keep forgetting
Tiny, that part. Yes, and that's sad because she really was. She carried her weight in that group.
She did.
She listen. And that's the thing that always pissed me off with Tiny. Mm-hmm. Tiny, everybody, of course, they'll be like, Xscape didn't break up because Tiny was having babies and blah 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 blah. It was because
they couldn't get their shit together. It's like y'all need to go back and watch that Unsung, because my God,
girl, it was a lot.
And that Bravo show when they came back, but definitely watch the Unsung and then watch their Bravo show, because my God, it's like, oh shit, that's what I forgot. I forgot about that. Whew. It's like, but yeah, of course.
I think the dynamic was Latasha and LaToya were sisters.
Yep,
and they butt heads.
And then Latasha had her man. Her man was her manager, and her man was Matthew Knowlesing shit.
Oh yeah. So, Candy, and then you had Candy and Miss Joyce.
Mm-hmm. Mama Joyce, honey.
Baby, Mama Joyce wasn't playing with nobody.
Nope.
And Tamika and Tiny was always just like
she was trying to it's 4 of them.
She was always the glue.
She was.
Yeah, Candy didn't really have a strong ally in Tiny. If you're looking at group politics and dynamics, because Tiny is always, like, listen,
she's always said, how are you in the middle of a 4-person group? It's like she was it was like Candy and then Tiny by herself and then Tasha and Tamika, and I'm like, how are you in the middle? And it's 4 of y'all.
Right, because she just wanted to keep the peace. She didn't want to keep the
peace because that's the thing. Because remember, like Tamika and Candy were like not really speaking, and Tasha, that's her sister. So it's kind of like between Candy. So Tiny was friends with everybody, but they weren't. Right. Yeah, okay, y'all. No,
she wasn't friends enough to just be like, listen, y'all.
Correct. It's like she wasn't strong enough. It's like, y'all, let's just make this money. Girl, shut the hell up. Okay, so round 18. SWV's Rain versus TLC's No Scrubs.
So this one boils down to preference. Correct. But
they're both bops. Rain. It's like Rain,
but again, all the songs that Xscape could have did and pulled.
It's like I feel like it wouldn't be a Verzuz without Rain, quite frankly. It's like,
why did they could have did what's that song?
Because that's the thing. It's like there's no way that you can have a SWV Verzuz without having Rain Down on Me. There's no way you can have a battle without Rain. So I was just like, there's no way we can have a battle without having Rain in there because it's a bop. Rain, so Billboard and my poll agreed. It's SWV won. They won by a landslide.
They
It
did.
was just like what. So the thing about it is the reason why I give a little bit of props to them for No Scrubs is that they threw in the Shape of You at the end. I said, baby, this is the kind of petty I'm looking for. Bitch, I love it. Because Ed Sheeran was trying to act like he didn't sample No Scrubs to try to get around paying Candy. And and bitch, you thought news. Candy and Tiny getting their fucking money from Shape of You. That's why they're able to pay it. It's like,
let me tell you something.
Yeah. I love the petty. Round 19.
Sorry.
So this is where I got my escape. Let me tell you something. You're so stupid. Why are you screaming?
I'm sorry. I'm laughing and it's my bad, but I'm sorry. I'm hollering right now.
Oh my God. So SWV in round 19, they gave us choreography because they did SWV's Anything, and then Xscape did Who Can I Run To?
Sorry.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm sorry. I had a giggle fit. Oh, you good?
So round 19 is SWV. Mind you, I'm like the choreography. I'm like, y'all giving us choreography. I was screaming in my house.
Oh, yes.
And then we had Who Can I Run To? And they didn't give me my damn choreography, which I wanted to like smack somebody in the face. Where the fuck is my choreography?
But so, okay, this is a song here. Do you think they could have put this up against Rain? Or do you think, like,
yeah,
I just like, feel like
you come, because one, remember, SAV went first. They put Anything, and I'm sitting here like, Who Can I Run To? I feel like it's not what you put up against Anything. Because one, what did they have? The fucking Wu-Tang verses in there, bitch. Shout out to ODB, may he rest in peace. But they had the Wu-Tang verses. They kept that shit in.
Listen,
so I'm like,
had to play the Wu-Tang version.
Dirty, but bad, cuts like glass. But I got it. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I just no, do it. Feel it. Feel your
the thing about it is, it's like this seems mishmash for me. It's like, but Who Can I Run To? It would have gave me more if they had did the actual choreography from the video. I'm like, I like both of these songs. This was hard for me. Billboard gave it to Xscape. And
now, if
my poll disagreed, they gave it to SWV, and it's on the strength of the song, the choreography, and the Wu-Tang verses. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if they did the original,
and that's a good song too. And I think it's kind of like Brandy's Broken Hearted. No one really knows the original version, and I like the original version.
Broken Hearted, really?
A Broken Hearted, yeah.
What? Broken Hearted was remixed. Refresh me.
So Brandy's Broken Hearted, the remix he did with Wanye, they redid that. If you go to Brandy's debut album, Broken Hearted does not sound that way.
On her debut album, okay.
Remember, she was like, they were trying to hide that she was with Wanye, and so that beautiful Hype Williams colorful video, that is not the original version of the song. Now I'm giving Cook homework. You hear that?
No, I knew she was with Wanye.
Wait a minute, let me see.
But I just didn't recall the Broken Hearted because Brandy, when it comes to Brandy albums, mine is what is it? Angel in Disguise?
Oh yes, Angel in Disguise.
That's the album. Whatever album that's on, that's
Never
the one.
Say Never.
That's the one.
As much as I give I give Brandy her shit. Quite frankly, Never Say Never it's no skips. Nope. Never Say Never. Nope. And Full Moon, if we're being quite honest. Brandy got some albums that just be working, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna play once we get off mic, I'm gonna play you Broken Hearted because it definitely sounds totally different than the remix.
You're gonna have to do that for me because
you were just like, wait, what?
The original Brandy album, I think I didn't have it. My sister did. So I listened to it.
So there's a song on So there's a song on there called I'm Yours that is what I want my first dance song for my wedding is I'm Yours. Absolutely.
When did Brandy's first album come out?
94.
When did Vision of Love come out?
Oh, let me see.
92, 91.
I feel like it. Let me see.
91, 90, 1990 or 1991.
Let me see. Oh, Mariah, Music Box. Is it on Music Box? Let's see.
Vision of Love is her very first album.
Music Box is before that. So it has to be the let me see. It has to be this one. Yep, that is 1990.
Yeah. So I want to say around 93 is when that's when I listen to R&B, but more rap. 93.
Okay.
That's when my button. Yeah, because back then, like, we had Tracy Spencer. You had
Tender Kisses.
Blown Away.
I still remember her and Eddie Winslow in their duet, girl.
Yes.
Why we have these auntie moments? Ugh.
And like,
do you know I think it was episode 2 of Pose when they was like had I Love Your Smiling song?
Yeah.
I was like, y'all don't know. Shanice is the shit. She still is.
She is. She's flowers for her.
Definitely flowers. Yes, Sid. I gotta get my give them flowers list together. Okay. So this last round of the verses, this is probably the toughest one. And I'm glad it was. I'm glad it's but of course it's like if y'all watching it, you kind of knew this was coming. So the last round was SWV's Weak versus Xscape's Understanding. See?
Now, here's the deal.
See?
Here's the deal. It boils down to now this is a good one.
This was a good round. It was kind of like who wins? We do.
Right. Preference. Whichever you prefer.
But quiet as
for
kept.
Me,
it's Weak.
It's over Team Coko. Because I was like, honestly, I knew. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna fuck with SWV joints more. And I couldn't really explain it. And it's in my mind, it still doesn't take away from Xscape.
It does not. But the thing
does not take away from it.
Because they also performed this one. See, this is the one, like, Do You Want To? I think Tasha and Tiny killed it. However, this is a song that they should have performed. Is Understand.
That one.
It's like, that's what takes Week off. Because I'm like, you had this random white boy come out with a guitar. I'm like, who the hell is he? Like, why did little boy just come out with a guitar?
Listen, with that Do You Want To, they had really good run.
Absolutely.
And it really would have been
like, damn, I forgot Tiny really can sing. It's like,
oh yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah,
like, so I want to. Like, that's how she hit that drink. But no, they really, that's when Tiny be, singing from her diaphragm.
Tiny be on her bag on Do You Want To? She really did.
She's like, she
was just like,
she understands the assignment. She does. Like, you got to give her, her things in that regard. And I just feel like
it's like, I get it. It's like Week knew the assignment.
And
I'm like, it's Week, and it was hands down. It's like hands down this week. I'm sorry, I love it.
Just when Coko gets the I get, like, when she really starts and then it just starts climbing, like, you have to address that vocally. And they have, and this is the point. Xscape has the ability and the material, but they somehow, it's something about this execution on this one. I knew it was going to go to SWV.
You knew. So let me give you Billboard's, their nice little hits. Best. So they said wider catalog, Xscape, but we knew that already, but they're also including, the stuff that Candy and Tiny wrote. So it's kind of like, that's why you got a wider catalog. Best banter is SWV because Taj was all over the place. Taj looked like she is so much fun to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you're gonna be fun. We can just sit around and drink wine and do bald headed whole shit. And then we get Eddie George to like get us our shark coochie board.
Listen, she
Eddie,
has been
where's
paid
our
for
shark
a long
coochie
time.
board?
Okay. Mama's been paid for a while and settled.
Because her husband is Eddie George. I'm like,
listen,
that nigga still work.
That. Okay. A nice little coin.
Okay, so biggest KO.
And he still look nice.
Right. So they said biggest KO was SWV. From production, from producer, then newbies, the Neptunes, Use Your Heart held its ground confidently against You and That, which fell flat. And it did.
It did.
And it's like, I don't like the thing on this is like when I hear You and That, I don't think about Candy.
I forgot.
I literally forgot.
Wow.
I really forgot that she was on that song because I only think about I
T-Pain and
T-Pain,
Too Short
you and that booty talking about you. I'm like, that's all I'm hearing.
But
I remember she had her little short, little cute cut, and I'm like, I remember seeing Candy in the video, so I knew she.
She was gonna get her credit,
right? So I mean, so this is funny.
Did she write the or T-Pain wrote his little? I
have a feeling she probably wrote her little verse. So I think she's credited on the song. That's probably why she's able to do it there, because I think she's on the song technically. So that's probably why
it's her song.
So
she did her paperwork.
She did. You're so silly. Okay, so People's Champ, they said Xscape. Latasha arguably carried Verzuz throughout the night, even as viewers noticed dwindling energy on occasion from both sides of the stage. That is very true. One, Latasha was the best dressed out of Xscape. We'll get into that later because Taria gonna get me. You're like, don't you be talking about Nope. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, People's Champ is definitely Xscape because one. So the final score up to Billboard was 13-11. I didn't count the gospel round, and there's a tie round, so I had 12-7, I believe. So still SWV. So still, I'm like, I went by what y'all said on SWV. I really had a tie for one of them. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. But the thing about it is like, nobody got dog walked in this Verzuz. I didn't think it would be, because when you look at it, it's like, is this the Verzuz I thought of? At first, it's like, yeah, on paper it makes sense. It's like, it doesn't make total sense to me, because I'm trying to figure out who's going up against En Vogue. It's one of y'all, but I don't know which one it is. But En Vogue got to get all on one accord, because it's like literally it's got to be either Xscape or SWV to go up against En Vogue. I'm like, it's not healthy. And to a certain extent, it's not Destiny's Child either, because those are two different eras. That'd be fun, but it's
the funky divas have no peers. They're, to me, they're in the category.
Again, so I can
with Usher.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about En Vogue. It's kind of like you go, who would you put up against it? Dawn.
No,
Dawn Robinson.
Dawn versus everybody. But no, the thing about it, if they did do an En Vogue versus, I would want it to be Maxine, Dawn, Terry, and
the
Cindy.
Original En Vogue. It's gotta be them.
It's gotta be them. And I want them to do Gotta Be a Part of Me.
Yes, it's kind of like
I want them to sing that.
You know what? I'm on Spotify, and I'm just gonna look, because you know how I'm putting Funky Divas. So like if you go on Tidal, or if you go on like any of these streaming services, if you have the artist, they'll say who are their peers, or who are like influences and whatever. So see, that's the thing. That's the way Tidal says it. There'll be like influences or peers. On Spotify, they'll say people who like this also liked these people. So I'm gonna go to the titles and see what they say about En Vogue, because when you think about it, you're just like, yeah, who is considered their peers? But I think on a lot of these, they go by like how the style of their music. They're like, oh, okay, well, they're like similar. It's like, are they? Let's see. So Related is called Related Artists. I couldn't think of it. TLC. Okay. This one stuck out to me. So, En Vogue versus Boys to Men.
Okay, yes.
I can see it. Okay.
That's the one.
Y'all need to pay us, because I'm like,
Boom.
Ooh,
there it is.
That's one. That's it. Because it's like we think of girl groups. It's like, yeah, none of y'all. Boys to men, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
That right there.
That makes sense.
Jesus Christ.
I would live for that.
And let me tell you something. They are divas. And Vogue got into it with Luther Vandross.
Girl.
Luther Vandross got into it with everybody. Luther Vandross cussed them out.
That's the thing. Y'all gonna have to get that. Y'all have to get that third. Y'all gonna have to get the fourth member back. I don't think he's going to come back, but still though, it's like, yeah, y'all get,
they are divas. They got cussed out by Luther Vandross, okay?
And Vogue did?
I want to say In Vogue did because I think they were opening for him and went over.
Oh, I
can't. Because Luther had static with
a lot of people, but he wasn't he president of Patti LaBelle's fan club though?
He was him and Patricia. Luther and Patricia. I would have my finest charcuterie and wine laid out.
We're gonna have the finest charcuterie. I'm sorry, that's the show title. Finest charcuterie.
Look, why? Look, stop that. Please. Girl, just tap me. Just tap me on the line, girl. Don't tell him my business. Though.
What?
Don't tell him my business.
What? I'm talking about the show title.
I know. I said, don't tell him my business.
Oh, you're a mess. You are such a mess.
Stop telling.
You are so silly. But yeah, so In Vogue would have to get Dawn back, and Boyz II Men would have to get Michael McRae back. I don't know if they're gonna do that with Michael because he's like, fuck them. But
is he like on his Teddy Pendergrass? Like, is he not walking?
So Michael was the bassist, and the last time I saw him, he was on, I think, Ayala Fixed My Life with all these other men who were like Broken Ashes. Is the Broken Ashes hour that she had? I think that was the episode where she had some black man talking about why he had a problem with black women. They too something, and I'm like,
shut your broke ass up.
Just say you broke.
Just say you're poor. Just say you're poor.
Just say that you don't want. Never mind. This ain't the episode for that. But yeah, Boys to Men versus. This ain't the episode for that. Okay, we'll come back. But y'all, that is the Verzuz. That is from the SWV side. Now let me just say this. Cook is very fair when it comes to I'm Team Coko. However, I'm still an Xscape fan. So that shouldn't be in the Verzuz. There's some people like, no, fuck this. I'm this person and fuck all these other people. We're not like that. It's like, I'm just enjoying it because when it came to Erica versus Jill, like, who you got?
Nobody.
Me. It's like, I'm sorry. This is the thing that I realized. I know a lot of, during that Verzuz, I knew a lot of Jill Scott songs. I didn't know titles of them. I'm like, wait, that's the name of the song? What the fuck?
I knew everything Erica. There was nothing Erica did that I didn't know.
I did, right. It's like for Jill, I was like, how come I don't know any of these song titles, but I know these songs?
Weirdly enough, I have every Erykah Badu album except for Baduism.
Really?
Yeah, I don't own Baduism, but I know it by heart.
Wow.
But I think someone got me for my Baduism in '97.
Wow.
But
that's interesting.
Nah,
it's funny because I think I have all of up until.
But Jill, yeah, I knew a good amount of her music. But
like
then there
I knew all the songs,
I
didn't know any of the titles. I'm sitting here all dumb, like, wait, that's the name of this song? I love this song. That's the name of the goddamn song. I love this song. Is that the name of the song?
Yeah, I'm not a big Jill Scott fan, but I knew enough of her material. And it's so funny
because I would just sit here and like, I'm like, oh, I remember. I'm like, man, you getting all in your feelings. Like, see, I listened to at least 3 Jill Scott songs in the row. I'll be ready to hop up and down on somebody's son. He'd be like,
see, Jill, don't do that for me.
Jill be like, I'll be like, I gotta get my hoe on after I listen to Jill, because my God.
Really?
I don't know what it is about her. I really don't. I have no idea.
You know what I want to do when I listen to Jill?
What? Get high?
No.
What? Go to sleep?
Make some grits. Shut up! 2 scrambled eggs.
But y'all, you know what? On that note,
that's what Jill got me feeling like. Whenever I listen to her, that's what I want to do.
Oh my God. So, y'all, that is the show. I'm not fooling with Cook. She a goddamn mess. She make me sick.
What?
That is hilarious.
I'm like, dead ass.
The bad part about it is my dumb ass is like, what? Of course that's what she gonna say. What is wrong with me?
You want to smile? You want to get high? Like, you know me. No, I want some grits. That's what I think with July and Gino. Grits and
so much. This is so, y'all. So
living my life like it's golden.
Living my life like it's golden. So, y'all, sounds like we have a show. Cook, before we get on out of here, please let them know how they can find the Highly Inappropriate Podcast. And
girl, so be on the lookout for the second episode with yours truly, Stephanie Sunshine. She got drunk, I got stoned.
Oh my God.
And we recorded
a mess. Like, why didn't anybody tell us, hey, hi, don't do this? Yeah, fuck you. Tell me what the fuck to do.
I gotta edit out the incriminating evidence because
you really do. Yes, because I don't want nobody to get in trouble. Okay, I don't need that on my. I don't need that sizzling in my spirit. I don't need.
You. Love me. So I'm okay. So I got my new link. You can find me on the Spin Network. Okay.
Ow.
And you can also find me on Spotify now as episodes appear. So where's my episode? Hold on, I gotta find my link.
Not find my link, child.
Hold on. Oh, and thank you for taking my poll, Stephanie. I gotta go through and look at the answers and get my life.
Yes.
I'll probably have a new
Can I tell you? I was like, and yes, I did take that poll, and yes, I did answer. And I'm like, and C-SPAN to tell you, because I don't always do the polls. It's not because I don't want to. It's literally because I'm old and I be forgetting shit. So there's that.
So it's www.thespamreport.com/highly inappropriate hosted by Cook Simmons. That's my link.
Ow.
You can also catch me on Instagram on highly inappropriate _Spanet. That's SPANNET. Highly inappropriate, all one word, _Spanet. Catch me over there. Also, if you already follow me at Cook _Simmons, like I'm still right there or whatever, but I got that one. So you can.
Yes. Yeah. Now I remember what the poll was. Yeah. Get your shit together. That's all I got. I was like, can I leave comments? Get your shit together. Like,
listen, y'all, let me tell you something.
It's like, I'm like yelling in the screen, get your shit together.
I have to be very honest with you all. This is me being vulnerable right now. I am a stoner, not a slacker. Okay, it is a difference. Podcasting is not my bread and butter.
You said bye.
So I'll be in a cubicle, so I damn near right. And then I picked up a mic one day and I know it's a call.
You're so stupid.
But no, no. But other links and handles coming soon. I'm going to memorize my new show links. But you can find me on the Span Network, Highly Inappropriate, hosted by Cook Simmons. That's me. And I am on Spotify. Yay!
Yes.
Soon
come on Spotify,
iTunes, and the iHeartRadio and other places where you find Span Network.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Thank you. So, I'm getting there, whatever.
You're getting there, whatever. I guys took that. Yeah, that's right. Get your shit together.
But wait a minute, hold up. Speaking of getting your shit together,
who me?
Yeah, really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
When are you gonna plan your 40th birthday party?
Wow. Y'all not getting this on the mic. I will open a Patreon for y'all to know. But yeah, we'll talk about that off the mic. But
since you want to ask me when I'm getting my shit together,
wait a minute, that was related to podcasting, madam. Look here, get your shit together.
Listen,
yeah,
it applies.
It really does. Because I just need to get my shit together.
Look, I
I do need to get my shit together. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I definitely need to get my shit together when it comes to
respond to me. Like, hold up. I like how you just glide.
Ain't that such an auntie thing to do? We ain't talking about you here. We ain't talking about me.
I stood in my shit.
Okay. Yes, I need to get my shit together because I got to figure out because we vaxxed or whatever, but everybody's not vaxxed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll talk.
Saying. So yeah, y'all. This has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. Before I get out of here, I'm going to say this: if you'll be so inclined, if you would like to buy me a coffee, I am definitely open. I would enjoy it. You will go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes. Increments of $1, $3, $5. Would appreciate anything you do. Appreciate it. It's like y'all know me. This is not my lane. I'm not somebody to talk about money. That's just not me. But I would appreciate your financial support. If you
buy me a coffee. What's it called?
Buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes. And that's all I'm saying.
I would appreciate it.
Oh, so yeah. So y'all,
I know you. I cash app you.
Away, I can't with her. But y'all, this has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. Next week we will be back with Team Xscape, aka Taria from What Else Is Going On. I don't know. Let me see. I might have to ask her if Corey can come through and give us some bars. See if he can get some runs, because he could give a little nasty run. It's like, come on, give it all the nasty run. Like I say, like Kendrick. I gotta get Kendrick to say nasty because he get all in his gut when he say it. I'm gonna see if like Corey can get me a nasty run. But y'all, this has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back next week. Bye.
Housewife, so you know my life be lit. Just broke up and started making some new friends.